Further documentation for persons to make up their mind as to what is going on. Alright. And we have the freedom to upload these letters, and none of them have actually been rebutted. Not one of them. They've all been accepted. There's never been any screaming and shouting from any of the courts, any of the police, any of the regulators, none whatsoever. All what has been written and submitted has been accepted. And they've tried to get around it by not answering it. Alright. The Court of Appeal gave no answer. We're talking about courts of law. You know, dispenses law. They dispense the law. That is their duty. And they couldn't answer this. Because they didn't want to answer this. Because to do so would find favour for this lady that has put this to the court. You can't have that. Oh no, this court can't have that. Oh no, not. It's against. They're against the general public. But it's the general public that pays their wages. The courts, the police, government regulators like the government, Parliamentary Health Service Ombudsman, the LGO here, Local Government Ombudsman, and the overseeing of the courts, they're all blackguards. They've self-confessed that they are blackguards. They need to be out on this pigging straight. That's all they're fit for. Fancy paying for criminals. There's a bunch of criminals. It's the most absurd thing that I can think of at the moment. I mean, it's bad enough paying for the criminals of government. And then you've got those in the palace. Hey? Blanche and her mates in Buckingham Palace. Huh? Then the executive. And all the rest of it. And it comes filters down and the buggers put together these LGOs, local government ombudsman, and the parliamentary ombudsman, and all the rest of them. And occasionally, just as a treat, they'll get a small little piece and put it up and say, yes, we found this council guilty. No, they never will do that, mind you. But you know what I mean? They'll just put out these propaganda pieces to make it appear that they're doing something. You know. It's like the police. Small fry. Get hold of the small fry. Don't get hold of the chief constables anymore. That appears to have gone. Probably the last one of those was Chester. Ex-police chief constable. But then again, you see, I mean, he was that bad. He was that bad, you know, this chief constable of Chester. Can't remember his name at the moment. That even the blackguards of the police, the corrupt police, ganged up against him and reported him for gross misconduct in public office. He was that bad. Police with attitude. Went against one of their own with attitude. Oh boy, oh boy. I hope from these pieces of correspondence that people won't be disheartened, but they will be aware. You see, what the courts want and what the police want is to cover up the fact that they are blackguards. I mean, you're okay, you get some good police and you get some good court officials, etc, etc. But generally what we meet with is people with attitude. Total attitude. Not men and women with maturity. Attitude. Children with attitude. We don't expect that. We don't go into a service industry or commercial industry and get attitude for what we're paying for. Oh, go to the police, go to the courts, you get attitude. Fancy going into a shop and picking up a loaf of bread and taking it to the checkout, and the checkout operator gives you attitude. You are? But you can take a case to a court and get attitude from a judge. You can be walking along the street, pulled up by a bobby, alright, and get attitude from them. I'm not paying you for attitude. I'm paying you to serve me. Well, you got the attitude. No, hang on. Grow up. You've got the attitude. Won't you fight the very people we pay for to serve us for the good of the country? But of course the country's gone to pot. It's completely gone to pot. It's in free fall. Just as a point here, total pigging free fall. The donkeys out there are now going for this coronavirus. Absolute donkeys. The only good side to that fakery is that I can go down the road with all the others, laugh at these buggers, alright, and have peace and quiet from these buggers, because there's less of them on the picking streets, and there's less of them in the shopping centres, and less of them on the picking trains, marving it all off with the screaming kids and the rest of it. Thankfully, we've got that good side to it. Okay, so there's a good side to everything. But never be put off by what is being published on this site. Okay, it's only here as a public display of what is going on. Don't again be disheartened. If you know your enemy, you're prepared to fight. That's the thing, and that's what the legal system does not want us to know. The enemy, that it is the enemy of the public. Oh, it's got the publicity machine on side, and how it's dealt with this and that and the other. Oh yes, oh lovely, lovely. But you see, out of 100 cases, we may get 20 that are decently dealt with. It's the others, you see, that are not. And when others are not, then these donkeys out here go, oh, you just disagree with the verdict. You just disagree. No, it's not disagreeing with the verdict. Read the paperwork. It's a corrupt judge. They've not done their job. There's no fair play. There's no equity. There's no integrity with this judge. Not talking about verdict. You spring up off your knees and say, oh, you're just disagreeing with the verdict. Who are you? You don't even know the case. Oh, I'm somebody. Who are you? Oh, I'm the one that knee-jerks the government, so I must be good. You pathetic sod. Hey? So you're a conformist, are you? You conform to whatever the government says and whatever the media says. You conform, and then you say you don't want nanny state and nanny media. Well, you've got it because you've conformed to it, okay? Because they say that to your face that you're children, and being children, we the government and the media are going to be your nannies. We're going to spoon feed you. We're going to be your tutors and governors. And you're going to believe it all because you're children, and children believe it all. But we adults don't. We're the non-conformists. We do not conform to anything that is clearly evidenced as wrong, and all this is wrong. Local government ombudsman, what are they doing? Sitting around all day, shuffling paper to justify councils. And the mad thing about this is, ladies and gentlemen, we'll close on this. This is just a mad thing that's come to my mind. You've got out here in society at this present time, okay, the 19th of March 2020, you've got these donkeys down here believing in this latest virus, okay? Going along with it. And those who do not are the small amount of people. They're the ones that do not see, will not see, the corruption of society, and how it is that the just so-called justice system, which is no more, is in free fall. Total free fall. These buggers out here, you know, these donkeys, you know what they say? You know what I heard a man say, and this sums it up. When somebody said that Jimmy Savile was a, well, they call them paedophiles, child bugger and trafficker, okay? And this fella turned around and said, no, you can't say that because he's not been before the courts. I know, But that's how it is out here. That's how it is out here. That's how it is. That's life. People don't understand that there is a court of conscience. Where do you think the original courts came from? Where do you think this buggering lot came from? The court of conscience. And as society has gone down the drain, these have gone down the drain with it. And these are spurring society even further down the drain, feeding it down the drain. Alright? All physical courts, ladies and gentlemen, come from us. From our conscience of what is right, what is wrong. These are not the judges. Conscience is judge. A good conscience is a good judge. A bad conscience is a bad judge. We all know what is right and we all know what is wrong. So don't come around and say, well, you know, I'm an extensionalist and what is right and what is wrong. How do we define what's right and what is wrong? Yeah, well, stop arguing for argument's sake. You know, stop wasting fresh air. Go out and do something practical. Because you know damn well what is right and what is wrong. And do I have to bring a child and put you in the midst? And have that child tell you what is right and wrong? You're supposed to be an adult. Alright? Now, let's see what else we've got on these here. Court of Appeal.